Hey guys, it's Benedictines the vegan, recording again in nature. If you are here for the first time, welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. I really enjoy recording in nature. I feel free when I'm recording in nature. I really feel free when I'm recording in nature. I think that's because humans used to live in nature. Isn't it crazy that we used to live in nature just like other animals until something happened and we found ourselves in an artificial world where we are slaves? Because when you really think about it, human beings are slaves. We're slaves. You have to wake up early in the morning and go to work. If you want to go on vacation, you have to ask for permission. They tell you when to go to the toilet. They tell you when to eat. That's slavery, man. It's just that it's normal now. It's normal, so we don't call it slavery. We just call it work. But really, if you didn't have any other choice but to work for someone in order to survive, you are a slave. Simple as that. We live in an artificial world. And this world ain't for us. We're slaves here. We're prisoners here. It's either you're a slave or a prisoner. You know, if you're a slave, you don't know what is going on. You just think that everything is okay. This is how things are supposed to be. If you're a prisoner, you know exactly what's going on. You know exactly what's going on, but you can't free yourself, so you're a prisoner. There are a lot of skills that we used to have. There are a lot of things that we used to know. We don't know these things anymore. We no longer have these skills anymore because we've been brainwashed. We're not supposed to know how to survive on our own. We're not supposed to rely on ourselves. We're supposed to rely on this system that has imprisoned us. See, so we're slaves. And we are not becoming smarter. We are actually becoming dumber. Human beings think that we are becoming smarter because we have access to a lot of information. No, actually we are becoming dumber because we are not evolving. That is why people that were smart in the past are still worshipped now. We still look at them like, yeah, that person was super smart. That's because they're smarter than most of us. Just because we have access to a lot of information does not mean that we're smart. You can have all the information in the world and still make stupid decisions. So having information doesn't necessarily make you smart. That's why we still believe in things that we used to believe in the past, things that do not help us in any way, shape or form. You know, there's a reason why there's still many religions in this world. You know, people don't know what's going on in this world, so they've created different religions, and we still believe in these gods that they've given us because humans are not smart. If we were smart, we would know that the humans created these gods because they didn't know better. If we were smart, we wouldn't continue to worship these fake gods that, you know, were created by humans that didn't know better. But now we'll still be worshiping these gods. We're still doing things that are taking us backwards. We are still persecuting people that are trying to save us, people that actually have solutions. There's still racism, there's still inequality, there's still poverty. The 1% is controlling 99% of the people in this world. Isn't it crazy? That is happening because we're stupid. It's not happening because we're smart. You see? If we were smart, that wouldn't be happening. If we were smart, we would be like, nah, no freaking way. If we were smart, we would destroy all these systems that have enslaved us, all these systems that are enslaving the kids. You see, the kids are being brainwashed, and people don't even see what is going on. They're not even aware that that is happening. So really, human beings are not becoming smarter. They're actually becoming more stupid, because them becoming smart would mean that this system that has enslaved them will collapse. So no, they're not supposed to become smarter. They're supposed to become stupid. There's a reason why when a new system is introduced, a new system that's supposed to enslave us. Whenever a new system is introduced that's going to enslave us in the future, what do? We say that we do not want that system. We reject that system. We complain. We try to wake other people. Tell them that, oh, you know what's going to happen if this system is allowed to operate. You know what's going to happen. We warn people, and they realize that, okay, actually what being warned about is true. A lot of things can get fucked up, if we allow this system to continue. So there will be resistance in the beginning, but the people that are controlling the world are going to find ways to implement these systems, and we end up being controlled and end up not complaining anymore, and end up thinking that this is how things are supposed to be. No, it's not how things are supposed to be. We know how things are supposed to be, but we've been brainwashed. The people that are running this world know exactly how to manipulate us. They know exactly how to control us. That's why I keep on telling people that there's no winning. It's not because it's not like they're controlling one person. They're controlling 8 billion humans. So even if few people wake up and realize what's going on, it's not going to change anything, because the majority of people will still be asleep. The majority of people will still not know what is going on. The majority of people will still not know what needs to be done. So there's no hope for humanity, guys. And there's no God that's going to save us. If you want to know that there is no God that's going to save us, look at how animals are living. Look at how we're treating these animals. Do you think that there's a God that's going to come and save these animals from us? No. There isn't a God that's going to come and save these animals from us. There isn't an alien that's going to come and save these animals from us. If they can't save themselves, they're fucked. If we can't save ourselves, we're fucked. We're going to continue to be manipulated. We're going to continue to suffer. We're going to continue to live as slaves, as prisoners. Because these people are more powerful than we are. We're treating these animals the way that we're treating them because we're more powerful than they are. And they don't even feel guilty about treating us the way that they're treating us because we're doing the same to animals. They just look at it like, oh, well, look at what they're doing to animals. Should we feel guilty? I was watching a video of this other dude on TikTok. He was saying that, oh, the game is rigged. Life is hard. Life is hard for young men. They have to be making a lot of money. They have to be tall. They have to be valued in society just to go out on a date. That's hard. That is hard. There are a lot of incels out there that are killing themselves because they don't know what to do. Things are really, really hard. He was saying that, but just because things are hard does not mean that we shouldn't do anything about it. He was saying that our ancestors have gone through wars. What we're going through is nothing compared to what they had to go through. So does it mean that just because we're going through what we're going through, we must give up? Should your bloodline end with you? No, your bloodline shouldn't end with you. How will your ancestors look at you? And I started laughing. It's like, damn, we are fucked. You see, here's the problem. The problem is that as a human, you were programmed to be a slave. And you're not realizing that by bringing more humans here, you are doing exactly what you were programmed to do. That's part of your enslavement. You're supposed to reproduce slaves. Don't you see that that's what's happening? Ask yourself, why should you reproduce? I think it's about to rain. Damn, man. I still have a lot to talk about. Can't believe it's about to rain. But think about it. Why should you reproduce? This guy was saying, do you want your bloodline to end with you? Your bloodline. Did you create your own bloodline? Did your ancestors create their bloodline? Huh? What's so important about, this so-called bloodline thing? You're not realizing that you are a slave. That's what's making you say that, people must continue with their bloodlines. Continue with their bloodlines for what? In a world where they're suffering. That's like, if someone gave me something that turned into a burden for me, and I decided to have children, and I say, I'm also going to pass this to my child, and my child is also going to pass this to their child. You know what I mean? It's a fucking burden, dude. Human beings are suffering. They gotta free themselves. It's just your ego making you think that you have to continue your bloodline. For what? For what? If you are suffering, there must be a reason why you are suffering. You must be suffering for something. You don't just suffer because you want to continue your bloodline. For what? You're not realizing that you've been programmed to think that way. To think that your bloodline is important. Wanna know why racists exist in this world? It's because they believe that race is important. I'm white. White people are the superior race. I'm black. Black people, you know why they've enslaved black people? That's because black people are better than white people. They know that we're better than them, so they've enslaved us and stole our knowledge and used it to enslave us. Blah 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 blah. Like, some of these things are true, but that does not mean that we're better. And that does not mean that white people are better. That does not mean that there's a race that's better than, another race. It's just the ego that's making people believe that. It's crazy. The truth is, we are in this world and we are struggling. We are suffering. We are being treated like slaves. We are being forced to do things that we do not want to do, whether we like it or not. In order to survive, there are certain things that we are supposed to do. We are supposed to sell our souls somehow. People criticize celebrities that they believe have sold their souls. No, they'll be criticizing the celebrities. Oh, they sold their souls for money and fame. What do you think you're doing? When you wake up in the morning and go to work, a job that you do not even like, what do you think you're doing? What do you think you are doing when you send your kid to school? You think your kid is going to learn something that's gonna help them? Something that's gonna put them in a better place in society? I mean, sometimes, but not really. What your kid is being taught is to be a slave. What your kid is being taught is to stand in the way of the people that can really change the world. So that even if they are given good positions, even if they find themselves at the top, they don't do anything that's gonna actually help us. I need to get home fast, man. We're not solving our problems by bringing more people here. There's nothing special about your bloodline. There is absolutely nothing special about your bloodline. Your ancestors were slaves, and they were stupid to continue to reproduce. So this guy, what he was saying was that your ancestors have been through as he's black. He's black American. Imagine how your ancestors would look at you if you are complaining now. Like, first of all, the slaves that were actually smart, the slaves that actually stood for the truth, jumped into the sea. They were like, we do not want to be a slave. We don't want to be slaves. That's why Kanye West said slavery was a choice. I mean, think about it. Why were they reproducing? They were telling themselves what this guy was telling himself. They were telling themselves what this guy was telling himself. They were like, yo, we have to continue our bloodline. I mean, they have continued the bloodline. Now what? Black people are still suffering in America and all over the world. You see, the problem is people don't realize where we are. You just look at the world and be like, yeah, it's a beautiful world. We just have to win. We just have to get rid of evil. You can't get rid of evil, man. This world is the definition of evil. All right? All the things that you hate happen here. It is a realm of suffering. That's like if you were in hell. Let's just say the Christian hell, the Christian vision of hell actually existed. And you're like, we just have to change things here so that people will not suffer anymore. Like, no. What do you think is the point of hell? People suffer in hell. That's the point of it. When you look around you, you can see that there was no other way. Like, things were supposed to be the way that they are. There was no other way. We've been set up, basically. When you look at the way that the animals live, you can see that there was no other way. They have to kill in order to survive. What should they do? The strong will prey on the weak. There's no way around it. So people must just realize that this world is just not good. You see, the problem is in that we have racists. The problem is in that we have rich people that are controlling everything. The problem is in that there's poverty. The problem is in that there's inequality. The problem is that this world is evil. That is why, even if we decided today that we solve each and every problem that exists in this world, these problems will find new ways to manifest. So telling yourself that you must continue your bloodline and as humans we must continue to fight for what? It's actually stupid. It's just you being an animal. Just like I've been saying to you, that the human animal is stupid. You see, you think that you continuing your bloodline, you continuing to reproduce, it's something to be proud of. You're supposed to be proud, like, oh, I brought a child into this world. You brought a child in hell. Why should you be proud of doing that? You're delusional. It's just that you've been made to be so stupid that you don't even see things as they really are. You see? You're not supposed to see things as they really are. So you believe that no, I'm doing the right thing by bringing children into this world. I'm giving them life. Man, you're just being delusional. This world is crazy. Alright, the game that we're playing in this world is sick. Really, really sick. It's just that human beings have been brainwashed to an extent where they can't even think new thoughts. So even when you see certain things happening, you are unable to understand what's really happening. You are supposed to just believe what you've been programmed to believe is happening. So what's the way out? Because being a slave ain't a good thing. Being a slave isn't something that you must be proud of as a human. You mustn't be proud of being a slave. I want you to realize something. If there was life after death, and we retained our memories, we will be ashamed of ourselves in the afterlife. You'd ask yourself, man, how the hell did I waste my life working for someone? Why did I think that was okay? You think that is okay because you're an idiot. That's why. It's only when you become wiser that you realize that all this shit is stupid. I saw a video of this other old lady talking about her regrets, and she spoke about how she regrets working for other people. She feels like she should have been more free. She should have invested in herself. She should have made sure that she do the things that she wants to do. I do understand that for most people it's not easy, because they need money. You need money in order to do the things that you actually want to do. You need money to actually invest in yourself. I know that it is not easy, and it's not supposed to be easy. You see, this system has been actually created to, make sure that people that are at the bottom stay at the bottom. You see, so no matter what they do, they're not supposed to succeed. That's why you need to operate outside this system in order to, succeed, be unpredictable. But yeah, what we need to be doing is freeing ourselves. What we need to be doing is to, try to free ourselves. It's not to be complying and to act like what is happening is good. We're not supposed to be reproducing if we know that our children are going to be brainwashed by the same system that has brainwashed us. We're not supposed to be reproducing. We're supposed to realize that, okay, this is stupid. What is happening in this world is really, really stupid, and it isn't anything that anyone should be proud of. You're not supposed to be proud of yourself if you are living like a slave. You're not supposed to be proud, all right? You living like a slave is a sign that something isn't right. I understand just how hard it is to free yourself, because everyone is a slave. It's not like it's just a certain group of people that are being treated like slaves. I mean, during slavery in America, when black people were slaves, it was easy to see that black people were slaves because it was just them that were slaves. But now everyone is a slave. Everyone you meet is a slave. The people that are controlling everything here, you don't even get to see them. The people that are controlling everything here, you don't even get to see them. We need to wake up.